Hi, this is Tom from Enemy, and we are at The Great Escape in Brighton with Crawlers. How's everyone doing?
Doing good.
Yeah.
God, the food here is amazing.
The food's amazing.
Full stop.
We
Full
just had
stop.
a falafel wrap and it's fresh on our mind.
Yeah, we've literally just had
Never
lunch.
been to Brighton before. Like, it's a rare thing, so it's really nice. So
this is your first Great Escape.
yeah,
It is our first Great
What have
Escape.
you heard about The Great Escape so far?
that it's heavy and good and muy cool, and everyone who plays it is
Muy cool.
badass.
Muy cool.
Muy cool.
Très cool.
Très cool.
And there's kind of like a different atmosphere at these kind of gigs. It's a bit industry, so do you enjoy like the challenge of winning an audience over?
Yeah.
I tell them straight to their face. I'm like, who doesn't know us? Well, you're gonna know us by the end of this, and if you don't today, well, absolute loser. Like, no, I'm joking. But no, it's fun. Like, we're not really used to like festival crowd because obviously we're quite fresh, we're quite new, underground. No, I'm joking. But yeah, it's nice to kind of get used to kind of different types of audience who may have never seen us before and have to be convinced by our songs and our live show to come buy tickets, come see us again, and become a crawler.
Yeah, I guess
It's more gratifying to like win over a crowd than, because your own fans are always going to cheer even if you fuck up. It's more gratifying to win over a crowd of people that don't actually know you, I feel.
Yeah, it's kind of fun as well because they start off and it's normally like arms folded, like not really moving, kind of like and then eventually you see them kind of sway a little bit and then they're kind of like going for it. It's great.
yeah, it's that little sway like, oh, I've got you.
I've got you.
you.
You're
You've got
checking me on
you.
Spotify after, and I will see you following Instagram. All right, I'm watching you.
And obviously there's a huge amount of artists down here, and a lot of Liverpool artists, you know, yourself, Stone are down as well. There's something special happening in your little city, big city, big sound.
It's
big
little.
atmosphere.
City of Liverpool.
Coming to London,
Yeah.
it's quite little Liverpool. I think Liverpool has had this dormant period where, like, over lockdown and COVID, it was very like this jangle pop. It was very like an indie kind of area, and maybe we all just got really angry over lockdown. But we all came out of this like post-punk revival, and the sounds that are very fresh. And I think a lot of like other places and towns, like, what is going on in Liverpool? Because like you've got artists like Stone Courting, you've got artists that are really like coming to the top with this new rock sound. Like, rock isn't like dead anymore, which is so exciting. Not like it was ever dead, but like
I know
people were
what you
playing
mean.
it.
It's, like, it's a heavy sound. It's way heavier than it's
Yeah.
been for
I think it's
a little
definitely
while.
like a post-COVID effect, like, because I think a lot of artists have been like honing their creative ability, and then a lot of venues want to get anyone in to play ever since like lockdown was lifted. So it's just a perfect storm.
And I've spoken to bands before, and they said sometimes Liverpool crowd is quite hard to win over. You kind of really have to win their support. Have you felt that at all? As soon as you came out, people were
No,
really...
I don't think so. I mean, obviously a lot of our like live kind of career has been hindered by like COVID. So when we've now come out of it, and we've just done Sound City again for the second time, and that was amazing. You know, you've got these like venues that are packed out, and it's just such a buzz in Liverpool. Like, everyone is genuine music fans and wants to discover music. So I personally don't think
Yeah, I think
Scousers are up for it, really.
Yeah, you've got like half the people in Liverpool I think are just like music enthusiasts. Like, you'll see the same three guys at a gig. You know, you've got Wilf and Live Music and Neil who come to all these shows who are just invested in music, like, in the upcoming. And you've just had so much great music in Liverpool over the years. Obviously, like Beatlemania and Merseybeat, and then you've had like Echo the Bunnymen, and Teardrops Explodes. Like, it's nice to see this revival, and you know, I think they are up to it, but I don't know if that's because we're from there.
Yeah.
I feel like we do have a bit of an advantage, but we have played to absolutely no one in Liverpool before, so I don't know. It
Swings and roundabouts.
Swings and roundabouts, pre-COVID days.
I think everyone in Liverpool is just used to going to live music all the time. So I guess it could be harder to win them round, but
Yeah.
you're always going to be playing to like a full room in Liverpool.
Yeah.
But Sound City must have been really great to...
It was nuts.
Like a
It was
homecoming
so
show.
good. Yeah, we played 3 sets in one day. It was really
pretty
good.
intense.
Yeah, and it was really nice because we'd had like fans of us like travel to come see us in Sound City, because obviously we're playing like 3 festivals a day, and it was really nice to see them. But it was also like new audiences and people who are like, who are Crawlers? Like, why have they got this hype on them? Why do they have this one song with like loads of streams? What's going on? And I feel like hopefully we've won them over with that. And I think, you know, we do love our home city. I say that because we're Wolves, really. But
And yesterday I saw you were putting on TikTok a little teaser of a song that's coming up, and you were not threatening the
our
label.
label's there.
Have you got anything
They're
else you'd
over
like to
there.
say to them to put this song out?
Yeah, I think this song that we're putting out next is not like any other singles. It's a lot. I've put a lot of
It's just a
myself.
lot.
No, I've put a lot of myself on the table lyrically. I think with this song, and it was really hard to write about. It was really hard to produce, and it was really hard to be like, I want this to be a single, which is really why we're leaking it. We want it to be a single, which is, you don't really get singles about things like, sex and essay and things that people are not necessarily taboo. They're really sensitive topics. And it's really hard to do it and disclose it in a safe environment where also critiquing how those things can affect others, and myself included in that. But I really, we're going to be working with charities for this single, which is something we've always wanted to do. Which is in the works. So it's a long process to make sure it's done as sensitively as possible, because that's all we want for all our fans and newcoming fans, but also to see that we cover topics that from the heart and soul that are sometimes really hard to write about, I think.
Yeah, so that must have been a big moment to when you get that song down, be like, now I want people to hear this, I want to share this with people.
Yeah, I think even just now, already we've had so many comments and stuff, and people being like, oh wow, this is already hitting, this is a lot, because you have a lot of people, especially as a female represented person in the industry, you have a lot of people sex value and things like that, especially in terms of this song, it's very much being thinking that you are just for that, and there's not worth love and from trauma and stuff, and it's kind of discussing that and being angry, but also wanting that love, which I'm very fortunate now to have around me, and looking at this song and going, wow, I'm really happy I spoke about this and have been able to put myself in a safe space with the best people. So,
and sonically, for people that haven't heard it, what are we kind of looking at?
Kind of
hip hop grunge.
Yeah. Originally it was
It's a
meant
bit
to
of a
be
weird one.
really hard hitting, kind of all out grunge, and it kind of is that as well, but I think it's slightly cooler now. I don't know if you've heard it, but it's definitely got some kind of hip hop influence, and I just think the vocal melody is just really strong and cool, and then this grunge that happens throughout. It's one of my favourites.
Yeah,
It's
anyway.
like a hip hoppy verse and grungy chorus. It's a beautiful mix.
It's one
It's just
thing we're
good
trying
is
to
what
do.
it is.
It's just banger.
Just stream it when it comes out.
Then
Go
you'll
on our
find out.
TikTok and share it so we can release it. Okay, but no, it's nice to play with our influences. We are a band that's fluid in everything, and we like being extremely genre fluid. And we've not really played around with hip hop, even though a lot of us are really into Lauryn Hill and Kendrick. So it's really nice to kind of play with those beats and rhythm that we've not really played around with before. It was a great kind of way of doing it.
Yeah, and so you guys are supporting MCR.
Don't remind
Are
us.
you able to talk about it yet?
Yes.
Are you able to
Things I
overstate
dreams.
how
I
important
haven't-
it is?
I haven't
It's
processed
coherent
it yet.
what comes out.
I mean, it's going to be the biggest crowd we've ever played
It's going to be
to.
one of them where it's only when we walk out on stage and see the crowd, they're like, oh shit, what have we done?
Why did I pester my agent for this gig?
I don't even want this.
It was as soon as we saw Warrington playing, and we were like, I just said we're getting on that support, and then they announced Warrington. Warrington.
By the way, me and Liv are from Warrington.
For the full
Nothing
concept.
goes on. The MCR thing is the only thing that's happening in Warrington this
It's probably
year.
the biggest thing that's happened in
So
a very long time.
We just mithered Simon Moran, who runs SJM, who's from Warrington. We was like, this is the only advantage of being from Warrington. Please let us play. And then he did.
Yeah, it wasn't we wasn't lucky. We grafted that. We kept messaging. We were really annoying, and the noises I made when our manager went, "You never guess what," and I was literally, okay, I'm not okay.
It's immortalised in the
I'm
group
not
chat
okay.
forever.
That moment.
Yeah.
Year 10 me is going to be absolutely thriving, knowing that I'm supporting them. What crazy
Pretty
world.
mad, yeah.
I mean, what do that band mean to you? Everything.
I think so. When I was I always tell this story because it's the funniest story revolving around MCR. But when I was in high school, I was a musical theatre kid, and it was my first delve into music, and it was pure emo music. I was into Fall Out Boy and MCR, and I was in Snoopy the musical, and I was playing Snoopy, and I was stood there in a full.
I don't know where this is
Snoopy-
going.
I
don't know where this is going.
I'm stood in this full Snoopy outfit, and I'd come on and sing Daisy Hill, will you still? And then I'd come off stage, put my headphones in, blasting Ghosts by MCR, in my full dog costume, sat there I'm not okay. Like, yeah, dressed in like a full dog outfit. Like, it was like the two
I love how
vices
that's
of love.
your hype tune to listen to go like on and off stage.
It was good. I said never. Yeah, but from there, like, it was just really funny because it was like, I don't know, it was kind of a solace. I thought I was so cool, and I was Snoopy the dog with like full winged eyeliner and everything.
You were cool.
I was so cool back then. What happened?
Such a wholesome origin story.
Yeah.
That's what it means. You know,
So what are the
Snoopy.
chances that you bring this the outfit back for the Warrington show?
I mean, we've
Look
got
out,
some.
everyone.
Well,
Maybe I should come on as Snoopy. But we
do you
have
know
got
what?
some
I think
stuff.
we've got an impression to make. Not sure if that's the right way to do it.
They'll never
We'll make
forget
some
us.
kind of impression. Maybe not
We'll
the
make
right one.
an impression.
Yeah, it'll be memorable.
Maybe it's
We've
worth
got
it.
some funny plans with the Warrington homes. Some
Yeah,
gigs,
because
don't we?
Neighbourhood's the day after, which we're also playing. Yeah, so we're going to do something fun for that, which involves Warrington rugby.
We will
Won't give the game away. Just
Won't give it away.
No pun
Keep an eye out for Snoopy and the rugby club
And the
on that
rugby
particular
club.
weekend.
On that one weekend in
One
Warrington,
weekend.
if anyone's there.
Well, have the best time. Have a great summer. Enjoy your set later today.
Thank
and thank
you.
you very much for watching.
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Thank you.